Hey everybody, so before this video starts, last week I was reached out by this company, Titanite Games. I'm definitely pronouncing that wrong, but I was reached out to play their game, Perseverance, and this is part 1. And as part of the agreement with them, I get to do a giveaway. So I get to do a giveaway of this game. So if you're interested, go down and below and leave me a comment telling me about something spooky that happened to you, like some weird, haunted thing that happened to you, and whichever one's the coolest one's gonna get the giveaway. Also, you should subscribe, because see that there's the number 56% of the people who watch my videos aren't subscribed. So yeah, please subscribe, and I'll have more info about the game in the description. I'll have the Steam page, I'll have the website for the company, so go check it out. Hope you enjoy. Mr. Nathar, do you want to explain what we're doing today?
Playing a scary game, your favorite.
We're playing a scary game, and this time I was sent the game for free. So...
Yeah, by the developers, right?
Yeah. So, as part of this sponsorship deal with the developers of the game, I get to do a giveaway. So, if you want a copy of this game, you gotta leave a comment down below telling me, oh god, I meant to have a line ready and then I totally forgot. What should they be telling me?
Tell them a spooky, leave a spooky story that happened to you in real life.
Yeah, give me something scary that happened to you, and then whichever one is the coolest one, I will get you your free copy of the game. Okay. Let's do this, I guess. So it's like a visual novel. So we're gonna be doing a lot of reading. So the woman says, yes, that's not her voice. There's been a situation. An asset escaped from a research facility. We need you to retrieve her. Retrieve? I thought we'd disappear people. What happened? Lady, you need to learn your grammar and also learn how to open a can of tomatoes. Like, it seems like you had a little bit of trouble.
It's like an assassin being sent on a rescue mission.
Yeah. You'll be briefed in more detail shortly. We have our suspicions. We need to gather more information. Have you finished your current assignment? Wrapping up, sir.
Oh, that's why she's all blood.
Good, we are glad that your training pays off. I apologize if this ruins your holiday plans. I think the can of tomatoes might have already ruined our holiday plans, but you know. I'm running with that bit. That's gonna be the whole video that's present. I don't like the stillness anyway, it breaks my focus. I'm better off working. Good. Contact your source. Pick up your gear and go through the briefing. Get this over with as soon as possible. You're in for a drive. Do you want to start if there's two characters talking, do you want to trade off voices?
Sure.
Am I supposed to bring her back alive? Yeah, we'll start after this scene.
Not necessarily.
Okay, go. Okay, understood. Oh wait, that was it. Perseverance part. You know,
Perseverance, right?
No, it is Perseverance, but I was about to say, I kept reading it as Perseverance. Every time. So what does that mean?
I don't know.
Okay. I don't know either. I was about to be like, should I turn on subtitles? Then I'm like, wait, I don't need to. Okay, let's do this. Well, that's an interesting loading. Oh, that loaded very quickly. For Kate. And there'll be like a preface before this video starts with more info on what the actual giveaway is and what's how I got reached out for this game to begin with. I was very excited. Okay, anyways. My name is Jack. Don't worry, you don't have to remember it. I'm going to die. Oh, you're going to die soon anyways. That's convenient. Means I don't have to remember things. I don't write these words to be remembered. I just want to explain how we ended up like we are now. How and why the mankind collapsed. How come I was the one to witness it? It's so pretty. I like these kind of art style games. To be honest, I just happened to be there when things started to get out of control. I was a simple guy, born in the mountains, always drawn in by the wilderness.
It's like the hand-drawn style.
Yeah, it, I just really like hand-drawn style, like animation and art. You just don't see it as much anymore.
I like it way better than CGI, that's for sure.
I know. But my parents wanted me to go to college. They worked hard and saved money only so they could send me there. I had no heart to refuse. If anything good came out of this venture, it was Natalie. When I first saw her, I thought she was an angel fallen down from the sky. We kissed, we made out, it was like heaven, but as soon as the world opened up before me, another force pulled me back to Earth. Oh, that's fun. My father was diagnosed with a terminal case of cancer. I went back home, back to Grey Ville, a small town in the middle of nowhere. Actually, the town isn't gray. There's like colors and stuff, but I mean, go out. Okay. The one thing that kept this place alive was the nearby military base.
Uh-oh.
I just have all the bad jokes.
I have a bad feeling about this military base, that's for sure.
Is this like a Stranger Things scenario where like... Are we about to see Millie Bobby Brown broke out of the military base and she's like... Cause, I don't know. Anyways, I don't think it even was a military base in the show. I'm getting so off topic. Nobody really knew what happened.
That was a lab.
There. It was a lab? Okay, close enough. But everybody sure loved talking about it. They said that the military conducted human experiments, or that they kept a UFO. Stuff that made kids go and watch, much to their parents' dismay. I'm keeping this voice. But I digress. What you need to know is my father died. I was left alone in my little hometown without any education. I couldn't get a job at the base, and the town didn't have lots of offers either. Am I a guy or a girl? Thankfully, my angel didn't forget about me.
Wait, no, you're the guy. You're the narrator, right?
I think
so. Who wrote the letter?
Natalie called. I asked her to come, so she did. When I proposed, she gave me a serious look and said, "Kneel before me, man." I looked her straight in the eyes. Just wait, what? Okay.
Kneel before me.
Kneel before me. Again, I really like this art style. Like, it's just what's the word? It's like vintage, I guess. Not vintage. It's just nice. Like, it's just. It weirdly brings me more into the game than like CGI animation would, like CGI drawn stuff would. If that makes sense. Yeah. I had to wait for her to graduate. Once she got her degree, I convinced her to move to my part of the world. We got married. She got pregnant. Twice. In the end, Hope was our only... Oh, so that's his kid!
Oh.
10 years later, I found myself with another kind of angel. Natalie became the angel of death that wanted my manhood on a platter. Sounds like you're just not comfortable with your masculinity, but okay.
What?
Stupid as I was, I didn't care. I fought back. I'm like looking for details and Easter eggs or something. The painting in the corner, that's gonna be very important. That's not. I don't actually know. Oh, there's the kiddo. Hello, kiddo. Oh, okay, who do you want to be? Do you want to be Natalie or I forgot the name of the other person?
I'll be John. Or Jack.
Are you totally out of your mind?
Look who's talking.
Hope is 11. She's just a little girl. A girl. You know how to recognize one of them, right?
Are you serious now?
Also, she's 11, and in Stranger Things, the character's named 11. That's the same number, so Illuminati confirmed.
Yeah, but she's growing up with parents. 11 didn't have parents.
This is true. Right? I'm dead serious. You sure you're not just dead? Sorry. And I'm not letting you take our daughter on a hunt.
Why? You really wanted to be a clueless broad who can't tell right from left and always depend on others?
Oh my god, he really went there.
I mean, let her hunt.
I don't understand. Like, your dad's gonna be with her. I'm assuming they're using guns, so they'll be from like a pretty big distance.
Yeah, proper gun safety. You're making her a cripple, which she isn't.
Oh, is she sick? No,
I
she's
think she's
just a
just
kid.
young.
Jack, she's 11. She still has time to learn how rough the world can get.
She's not a child anymore. You should see her when she's out there in the woods. You should see how smart she is and how quickly she learns new things. But you never.
But I never what?
Nothing. Forget it.
I can't believe what you were just about to say. You know why I can't be around the forest. You know the whole story. I trusted you with it. And yet, you really think I don't want to be around my family? That it's not important to me to be close to you and Hope?
That's not what I meant.
Screw you, Jack. I followed you back to this place so you could take care of your father's house and his legacy. Whatever it is. After 12 years, I still can't figure it out. Can you? I'm waiting for you to say ... I'm kidding. I refused to stay at college and work on my MD because I was in love with you. You promised me happiness. I believed you. I believed in you. God, this Jack guy sounds like the worst. I'm working my fingers to the bone at the hospital to bring something to the table. I know it's not a banker's job, but I'm doing my best. Wait, if you're working at the hospital, I feel like you'd be doing better than working in a bank, but I don't know how much bankers get paid.
Yeah, I
don't
think
know.
so as well.
I'm
Unless you own the bank.
This is true. I don't know. Anyways, what's the value you're bringing in? If it wasn't for this falling apart town and its part-time jobs, you wouldn't bring any money to this family. You should have gotten a degree. If you had one, you could get a real job. Hey, his dad died.
He has like a third grade education. You should give him a break.
We could stop worrying about money and the mortgage. We could be happy again. I could be happy again.
What are you trying to?
I sacrificed enough. I gave you everything. Don't you accuse me of being a bad mother, God. Oh, God. Is a divorce about to happen?
Maybe. Nat, you know I appreciate everything you do. I really do. I just wanted to teach Hope something useful. Hunting is a good way of bringing food to our table during hard times. When real winter hits, I'll need her to give me a hand from time to time.
I'm not letting you teach our daughter how to shoot animals with a goddamn gun.
I really don't see why not.
I don't know, just...
You know what? Maybe I wouldn't have to if you give me a son. Oh!
Yo, okay. So he really
King Henry
is...
VIII much?
He really is just not comfortable with his masculinity right now. Oh my god. But...
I was gonna make a King Henry VIII joke, but...
I heard it.
Because he's the one who couldn't have a son, he kept killing his mom.
There are times when we don't pay much attention to what's really going on. It all comes down to survival. The survival of ego, expectations, and control. The urge to win and gain an upper hand becomes so powerful it makes us blind to the fact that we are hurting our loved ones in the process. Oh, I get to choose. Ooh. Are we gonna... Yeah, I feel like we need to make a decision now. Are we gonna be pacifists, or are we gonna choose the most chaotic answer possible?
You gotta be pacifist. I would go for the pacifist run.
Pacifist run? Okay, we'll apologize.
I think that'll get the best ending, but that's just a guess. Nat, I'm sorry.
No, you meant it. I thought that we had left this terrible memory behind us. I thought you were over it. But I was wrong, wasn't I? After so many years, you still hold it against me. Do you hate me, Jack?
Nat, you know I love you.
Yet you bring it up. You don't care how much it hurts, do you? I'm going now. I don't feel like being around you right now. I know I won't change your mind about the hunting. You'll do as you please. Just be careful with our daughter. She's all I have. It's not true. You have that teddy bear.
And a gun.
That's true.
I shouldn't have been so rough. Probably should have gone by myself and never brought up the subject. Didn't expect it to be such a drama.
Sir, you're talking to yourself.
Where are my car keys? I need to get moving. Looks directly into camera. What am I gonna say to Hope? I've already promised.
It would be 10 times funnier if his name was Jim and he looked directly into the camera.
Hey there, Hope. What are you doing out there? Come inside.
Was Mom crying? What? Why did I say it like that? Like, my God. I was trying to sound like I was sad, but I just ended up laughing.
Mom doesn't feel very well, sweetie. We need to give her some time.
It's not true. Why were you two yelling? This is like such a serious story, and we're just... like, that's very us, though. It's very much something we do. I am, okay, all jokes aside, I'm actually, like, interested in what's going on. Is it because I told Mom I didn't want to go hunting with you?
You don't want to go? Why didn't you tell me?
We always have so much fun watching wild animals together, Dad. I just don't want to shoot them. I was afraid you'd get angry if I told you, so I told Mom. But now you two are fighting because of me.
I wouldn't. Look, it's not your fault. If there's something you don't want to do, just tell me. I won't get angry. I promise.
I'm sorry, Dad.
It's fine, Hope. There's nothing to be sorry for. What were you up to anyway? You should have been back from school an hour ago.
Nothing. That's
a lie.
That is not a face. That was too quick of an answer. That is not a face that it's been up to nothing.
Uh-oh. Were you playing near that military base again? ... Oh, red-handed. Oh.
Yeah, but there were so many trucks, and I saw soldiers, and...
I told you that Murphy's base is not a place for children to hang around. Nobody knows what's down there.
He angry.
Maybe there's aliens from another planet who came to Earth to kidnap children.
Mars needs moms? Wait, that was for moms, that wasn't children. Never mind. Yeah, and they can read your mind. And if they see you, they can replicate your body.
Oh my gosh.
He tries to think of another movie reference. Anyways.
Have you been watching scary movies with Mom again?
Yo, the mom will be like, yeah, let's watch Saw, and then doesn't want to let her, like, go hunting. Yes, no, well, Mom was watching alone and I couldn't sleep, so I slipped in and watched with her.
Invasion of the Body Snatchers is not a children's movie, won't you agree?
There's the movie reference. Yeah, it was really scary. Why is she happy?
Seriously now. No one knows what kind of operations they're running at Murphy's. What's behind that fence? I know you're smart, so I trust you. Can you promise me you won't go near that base alone?
I promise.
Good girl.
Thanks, Dad.
Maybe the aliens didn't see you, or maybe
You
are one of the replicas. Dun dun dun.
Dun, dun, dun. Oh my God. Oh, he looks like malicious.
Where's my beautiful daughter? Give her back, you monster. Hope, can you hear me? Rachel.
Dad, it's me. I don't know how to fake laugh.
I knew you were in here. I'm coming for you, sweetie. I just need to fight this abomination first. Grawr.
Dad, it tickles. Why am I saying it
I don't know
like
if he's playing or not. I would give away everything to bring back those memories of her. Seeing her smile and feeling the pure love and joy around her. So I think he is playing with her.
that? Okay.
I think he's joking. If I ever was truly happy, it was then. It was when I was with her and Adam. Back then, I took it all for granted. I just didn't pay enough attention. So you think you play as Hope in the game?
I don't know.
All right, sweetie. I need to get ready for the trip.
Can I come? She just said
Not
she
this
didn't
time.
want to come.
Not this time. I need to take my time and do something. Trust me. It's going to be super boring. Hunting actually is pretty boring. You have to sit in one spot for hours on there.
This is true. But one day you will take me with you again, right? I don't want to hunt, but we can still go bird watching together or something. So,
Of course, sweetie. I'll take you with me next time.
great. Can I bring my plush rabbit along? That's a teddy bear? There's
Maybe
a
her
rabbit
rabbit's
off
in her
screen.
room or something.
There's a rabbit off screen. I was just being annoying.
Sure, as long as you keep an eye on him. Where is
the
he
rabbit's
anyway?
missing.
I feel like the rabbit's important for something.
I
Why
also
are they-
feel like it's important. I don't know. I think I've lost him again.
Oh,
Why?
have you tried the
Why
attic?
is it the attic?
It's always the attic.
It's always the attic. No, I don't like going to the attic alone.
Yeah?
She's gonna
Well,
go
when
to
I
the
come
attic
back, we'll go
alone.
looking for him together, okay?
She's gonna go to the attic alone, isn't she? Oh God, don't do it. Don't do it. Promise?
Promise.
Okay, I'll go and look for Mom. I think she's in the kitchen.
Wonder what she's up to. Maybe cooking food in the kitchen?
She's probably preparing. She's probably preparing something for you, Dad.
You think? Sometimes I wonder why your mom sticks with a clueless guy like me in my 3rd grade education.
Because she loves you. Because she loves you. God, I'm gonna get like to start doing this voice.
How do you know, detective?
Cause she told me so. I love you too, Dad.
I love you too. Now run along. Make sure you clean up your room before I'm back.
Dad, are you going to get milk?
Yes?
Do you really wish you had a son instead of me? Oh.
Oh. Hope not.
It's okay, Dad. I'll go see how Mom is doing. I'll clean the room before you're back.
That's rough.
Oh, that is rough. As she was walking away, I caught a glimpse of a tear in her eye. I had no idea of the damage I had done that day. I'm still trying to figure out what malign force drove me to act like a word that I'm not going to say to my family. Maybe it was my short-term temper or my lack of restraint. Maybe it was something else. Having a son had always been my dream. I would imagine teaching him everything my father had never taught me. Taking him out in the world, watching him grow and... You have a daughter. What's the difference?
I mean, she doesn't want to go hunting.
I mean, but she like just asked him. Well, she said she didn't want to, and then she like, I'm good. Anyways, I'm wrestling with him and sharing a glass of the same malt, discovering he became a superior man and feeling proud. When Natalie got pregnant, I was as clueless as a parking machine. Are parking machines clueless? We lost our unborn baby. I messed up and lost my chance of becoming what I had been destined to be. A father to a son. This guy sounds like kind of a bad dad. The reason I'm sharing this with you is because I want you to realize that things which really matter in life cannot be bought, borrowed, or made. They just appear and disappear as soon as you stop taking notice. Once they're gone, it's impossible to bring them back. Why is he talking to himself again? Nathar, this is you. This is your line.
Oh, wait, that was Jack as well. Okay.
Oh, wait,
It's hard for me to see Hope like this. I know she wants to look tough when she's around me, but should be more often. Oh, he's not around very often.
It just sounds like a bad dad.
I mean, he's not the worst. I'll look for her plush toy once I get back. She's very attached to it. No wonder Mr. Rabbit. And no wonder Mr. Rabbit has been with us since forever.
There's literally a bear right there. Just take the bear.
And that's it. But you have your favorite stuffed animal.
This is true. I do have my favorite stuffed
What?
animal.
Wonder where she lost him this time. She gets distracted sometimes. I wonder if she left him like at the fence of the military
I
base.
swear if she did.
Anyway, I need to get ready. I've got 2 hours to drive. I got a 2 hours drive to make, and it's already getting late. Having a wood house is great, but driving to the country's edge can get tedious.
Okay, real quick. He's gonna leave. Something crazy's gonna happen. He's gonna have to come back. That's my. Anyways, continue.
Or when he comes back, everything's going to be different.
Yeah.
I should drop by Bob's gas station and pick up some supplies.
I made you some sandwiches for the road.
Thank you, Nat.
I wanted to tell you that I'm really hurt by what you said earlier, but I don't want to talk about it right now. You got me thinking, Jack. Think about you, think about us, think about our future.
Nat.
Let me finish. Why did I switch to like? Why did I switch to like?
Let me finish.
I realized that I'm responsible for my own happiness, and I shouldn't burden you with it. I decided.
What did you decide?
Decided I'm going back to my studies, and I want to get my final degree. That is what I always dreamed of, after all.
I remember you mentioned it a while ago, but I didn't think you were serious. Are you?
Why wouldn't I?
For starters, this is a huge decision. It'll impact our lives. Don't you think we should at least talk about it first?
What lives? You guys live in a town where nothing happens. And I'm gonna eat those words within the next, 10 minutes, probably.
Something's gonna happen.
We are talking about it now.
Listen, I know we aren't on the greatest terms right now, but this is a big deal. I only hope we can talk it over more before any decisions are made, okay? Besides, what about Hope?
Does he work? I'm confused. I trust you, Jack.
They said he works odd part-time jobs around town.
I know you didn't mean what you said earlier. You're always a good father, and you are still. You will take care of her. To be honest, I realize that I carry my share of guilt too. I find myself competing with you for Hope's love. It's crazy.
Yep.
I don't agree with everything you do, but it's life, I guess. None of us is perfect. None of us are Is there are?
They're out in the country. I don't think their grammar's supposed to be the best.
We just need to put in effort and make it work. I'm realizing they never said that they were out in the country. I think I just kind of
He's going hunting. He's talking about the woods and stuff. This is country.
And I know that it won't work if we keep living the same way, away from what we truly want. I want to become a physician, and that's what I'm going to do. No, you don't get to have a say.
Do I get to have a say?
No, you don't. Do you want to stop me?
I don't know yet.
Well, what do you want, Jack? Angry ... You were supposed to say, I know, I love you.
You know I do.
Yeah, but sometimes it's nice to hear it from your husband. It makes you feel appreciated. Still
He just says nothing.
Maybe you're right. Maybe I'm a bit frustrated right now. I feel stuck, you know?
I understand.
But I'm not changing my mind about getting a degree just like that. It's too important to me. We'll figure something out.
We'll figure something out, Nat.
Oh, shoot, sorry. I keep, accidentally... Sorry. We'll talk about it once you're back. I meant to ask you, is the roadster working?
Yeah, fix the suspension in the front tire. It should be fine.
The music's awesome, by the way. I haven't talked about it, but the music's I like the music a lot. I like the just lone cello that's playing. Last time it ran out of air, and Bob came to the oh, the car's gonna break down.
Really? Our Bob? Well, ain't he a stand-up guy?
It's not every day a girl gets rescued by a tall, muscular, handsome... Yo, is she... She's into Bob, is what I'm hearing. ...
She's messing with him.
What's wrong? Are you jealous? What should we do? What's the since we're being pacifist today.
You take it macho or shrug it off. I think shrug it off's like the indifferent answer. I think we gotta just take it macho. I don't care about other men.
Oh really? Something tells me otherwise.
Babe, I know that I'm the best man around, and you know it too. Ooh. Besides, even if you were attracted to him, there's no way in the world you'd survive. He would survive your constant nagging.
Surprise, dot, dot, dot.
I need to get ready.
Yeah, I've got to run some errands too. Don't forget your sandwiches.
I won't. Thanks, Nat. I love you.
I know you do, Jack. Call me once you reach the cabin. Oh, more things are happening. What's up? What's going on? Okay, do you want me to? I'm gonna be the woman and you be the like the
Voice.
person. Yeah, reporting in.
What's your status?
The tracking device works perfectly. I'm 15 clicks away from the target. She is on the move, but appears slow and random. Doesn't look like a challenge.
Remember your protocol. Don't make a mess. Try and bring her alive if possible. She might be valuable.
Yes, sir.
We inform you that there's another asset operating in your area. Should your efforts fail, he will move in.
Understood.
We are counting on you.
Thank you, sir. Yo, Pixar, call us. Friday.
My phone's always ready.
What is 1743 for us? Because we're in the U.S. What's 1743? 543?
Wait, like time?
Yeah. 543.
That's just that's 5:43
Yeah.
at PM.
Almost everything I needed was at the cabin. Oh, wait, is this you? Are you a narrator, man?
You narrated me.
Okay, I got you. Almost everything I needed was at the cabin, but I had to pick a few things up. I decided to stop at Bob's. I didn't feel like roaming around a supermarket, and besides, it was the only place to buy gasoline in a 30-mile radius. I also liked the owner. Bob wasn't his real name, but it was how he introduced himself. He told me his real name once, but I wasn't able to pronounce it correctly. His shop was the only place you could score proper booze. The temptation was firmly there when I approached the door, and I struggled with it. On the one hand, alcohol would sure help me relax. On the other hand, I'd have to spend all my money, and I had little to begin with. On a third hand, you shouldn't be drinking and driving, you idiot.
Or drinking and shooting guns.
Literally.
Hi, Bob.
Jack, good to see a familiar face.
Like you see any other faces in here.
Yo, are we supposed to be rooting for Jack? He's the anti-hero. He's
No,
the anti-hero.
No, Jack's gonna be gone. Remember, he said he's gonna die in the opening letter. So I think we're rooting for Hope.
I think you're
Hope
right.
is the one.
Was that him who said he was gonna die?
Yeah, I think that was Jack.
Okay. I mean, we'll find out either way. You'd be surprised. I doubt I've ever seen as many new people. I doubt I've ever seen as many new people as during the last 2 weeks.
That's suspicious. How come?
Beats me. Every time since they built the highway, there was almost no traffic around here, especially at this time of year. But hey, who am I to complain? The more customers, the more money comes in. Anyways, what brings you here? Off for a trip?
Yep. I feel like I need some time off.
Where's Hope? Isn't she coming with you?
Not this time.
That's a first. I thought you were trying to teach her survival skills. She seemed into it.
I still do. It's just, well, I had a big fight with Natalie over it.
Do you want to talk about it?
Natalie gave me a lecture about kids and responsibility. She said Hope didn't want to learn about hunting. It turned out to be true. Hope admitted it. I don't know what to think of all this yet. Sometimes I feel like the worst father in the universe.
I must admit, I see where they're coming from. Shooting prey wouldn't be my cup of tea either.
What? You too? I guess that makes me the last barbarian in this town.
I like animals. They're living beings just like us. Instead of killing, I'd rather protect and admire their beauty. I wanted to become a vet once. It didn't work out, though. I'm still paying off a painful loan for trying.
Hunting isn't only about killing. It's about going back to your primal self. It's about tapping into your true instincts. It actually teaches you to respect nature. Foreshadowing?
Well, maybe. It still ends with the animal dying. I believe you can have another kind of strength. For example, Natalie seems pretty strong and capable enough to provide for you guys, even though I doubt she has ever shot an animal.
Yeah, about that.
Oh,
Aren't you and Nat getting too familiar with each other?
yo, if I were Nat, I'd take the guy on the right. He seems a lot
You
more...
already have a child with Jack. You
Okay,
can't just ditch Jack when you already have a child with him.
Rewind like 12 years, and then take... What do you mean?
She told me you're her handyman.
Her handyman. Wait, that's specific phrasing. Your handyman.
Well, no, it means like
I know, but
just want to do a good deed.
I'm just making there's subtext there. Just want to do a good deed and help a woman in need.
A knight in shining armor. Where's your horse, Chief?
Same place yours is. Oh, see, I told you subtext.
Ha ha ha.
What can I get you, Jack?
I have a lighter, some batteries, and a few of those energy bars. Oh, and a flashlight. Last one I had is dead. You have bandages?
Why do you need bandages? Sure thing.
Great, I'll take some. It's safer to have some.
Should I get you the usual order as well?
Actually, I think I still have some left in my cabin,
What's
but
the usual order?
probably alcohol.
Probably.
Don't buy booze. No alcohol. I think I'll pass this time around.
Okay, so just a flashlight, a bandage, some batteries, and energy bars. Here we go.
There you are. Thanks. Keep the change. Bob,
Yeah.
you said that there's different kinds of strength in the world. I think you're right. And I want my daughter to have all of them. I want her to be ready for whatever life throws at her.
You're a good man, Jack. Your heart is in the right place. You just need to find your... I need to nail down Bob's voice. I feel like I haven't nailed down who he is as a character and like how it... Again, Pixar. Call us.
Gotta do my best, I guess.
Have a good one, man. I forgot that was me for a second.
Bye, Chief.
I had everything I needed. I intended to go straight to the cabin, leaving all the worries behind for a while. I was looking forward to getting away from the issues at home and focusing on something else. As I was putting my supplies in the car, I noticed something strange. A young woman was strolling down the roadside. First, she caught my attention simply because she was coming from outside of town. The longer I watched her, the stranger it seemed. She looked to be around her 30s. She was dressed more like a teenager. I was pretty sure she wasn't from around the town either. I couldn't figure out what she was doing out there all by herself. Her clothes didn't suggest that she had come for a hike. They were far too thin for the time of the year. She wore heavy makeup, was smudged here and there as if she had just run away from a bad party. I thought that maybe her date went south and some guy threw her out of the car without a warning. She looked confused, but strangely enough, she seemed happy at the same time. I decided I might as well talk to her. I mean, wouldn't you be curious too? We'd be polite. Because we're not polite to anybody else, but we are gentlemen.
Yeah, we'd be polite. Hello, miss.
Hello, angry mister. I thought we were being polite.
I'm not angry. My name is Jack. Hey!
I'm Jane. Jack and Jane.
Is everything alright? You look a bit lost.
Well, I guess I am. Where am I?
We're in Grey Ville,
Again,
the most exciting town.
The town's not gray.
It's supposed to represent the mundaneness of the
I
town,
know.
I feel like.
I know, but anytime there's an opportunity for a dumb joke, I am taking the opportunity for the dumb joke. Oh wow, never heard of it. Is it pretty? Well, it's called Grey Ville, so no.
Wow, aren't you a little, worried? How did you get here?
I don't know, really. Should I be worried?
I have no idea. How come you don't know how you got here?
I'd rather not say. It's embarrassing. You can...
You can tell me. I might be able to help you.
To be honest, I have these conditions. Sometimes I forget things, like literally. It's what happens if you live the way I do. Dory?
And hard drugs? Which is?
I don't make much waitressing, so sometimes I volunteer to take part in a test. Do you know what a test? Well, he didn't do much school, so probably not.
Yeah, not really.
You know, when a pharmaceutical company wants to introduce a new drug to the market, or a bunch of shrinks want to take a look into your subconscious, you sign some paper, swallow some pills, get examined, and get paid. Simple. Unless you die in the process. Unless you die in the process. Or you get invited to a random location where they put some other people in an unusual situation, and they observe your behavior in the group and file some papers. I'm basically a part-time lab rat.
Still doesn't explain how you got here.
I walked for the past couple miles. Some random guy picked me up and dropped me here.
And prior to that?
I guess I was taking part in a test. I think it got something to do with food.
What was it about?
I told you, I don't remember. Besides, you're asking way too many questions, Angry Jack. I added the angry.
Is there someone we could call and ask to pick you up?
That's another question. I guess we could call Jeff, but I doubt he would pick me up.
Who's Jeff? Jack, and Jeff? Who's Jeff?
My name is Jeff. My cat. Oh, is she like crazy?
Yeah, she's crazy. Okay, it seems that you're doing fine.
I'm hungry. Hi, hungry. I'm Jack.
Hi, hungry. I'll be going now.
I beat you to it. Wait. There's one thing you could help me with.
Yeah?
I'm a little cold. Oh, is this about to go the way I think it is? What should we give her? Jacket or money?
Or nothing.
I'm gonna be real. She seems kind of crazy.
Yeah, and there's a gas station right there. She can just chill in the gas station.
I think let's give her some money because she...
But we're poor.
That's true. That's true. But you pay it forward. You do kind things to other people. People will do kind things for you. Let's flip a coin. Let's flip a coin. Heads, we give her money. Tails, we don't give her anything.
Maybe we should give her something, because later on in the story, she might be able to, help us out.
This is true.
Clutch up.
Let's give her money.
Yeah.
I handed her a few bucks. All I had left from my little shopping. Wait, what?
From in the gas station. What he had left.
But it says that Jane's saying that.
Here. Or go to the station and buy yourself a hot drink or something.
Thanks a lot. Wow. Well, zoinks. Wait, that's not... Jeepers? Jeepers. Jeepers, that's a lot of money.
It's the least I can do.
You are sweet. Your girlfriend must be very happy with you. I bet. See, I'm telling you, this might be going the way that I think it's going. I bet you can't get her hands off you.
Yeah, I guess. I'm sure you also have someone close to you.
Not really. I mean, there's a guy who liked me. The last test job, at the last test job I did, we talked a lot about his work at this laboratory. He was super smart. I remember he said that the test we're running was like super important. Will change mankind forever, he said. Can you imagine being a part of something like that? I can't remember his name though. Mark, Murray, Marvin?
Wait,
Finding
what's the
Nemo?
name of the laboratory?
Oh, she didn't say.
No, the name of the military base. Wasn't it
Oh,
something like that? She
I,
has like memory issues.
I totally forgot.
It's like Murphy or something, and she said,
Yeah,
"Oh,
I think you might be right. Yeah, it was Murphy. I think it was
mm,
Murphy. Not really. It must have been super secret because they drew me with a dark band covering my eyes, but they promised to pay me good money for that one.
you do your life. You do live your life the crazy way. I got to give you that."
Yeah, I guess I do. I feel so hungry I could eat a horse.
Listen, it's been great chatting with you, but I gotta run. You should ask Hal Gifford. He's the sheriff around here.
His
He should
name
be able to
doesn't
help you.
start with J. That's kind of sus. Al Gifford. Well, we're saying Gifford because that sounds like it starts with a. Got it. See you around, Joe. That's Joe.
And just like that, she walked away. All I could do was hope that she would eventually get back to wherever she came from. I didn't know that we would meet again. And oh, see the money. I didn't know that we would meet again in totally different circumstances. See, helping her out was probably a
Foreshadowing.
good decision.
It was already
Hey,
getting
this
late,
is you.
and I still had a long way to reach my cabin. As I wasn't a big fan of driving after dark, I said it's not waste any more time. My favorite band on the speakers, I turned on the engine and hit the road. I mean, you could have just gone home and gone in the morning. The route I had to take wasn't popular since most of the traffic moved up the highway. On the one hand, it was good for the town with less cars moving through. The other, little traffic was bad for businesses such as Bob's. It was bad for businesses in general. If it hadn't been for the military base employees, the town would have dried out. A few miles out of town, I saw a woman. Is it the same lady?
Uh-oh. No,
No,
that's the assassin lady, I think.
maybe. She was leaning back against her car, smoking. She appeared relaxed, enjoying the moment. Staying in the middle of the nowhere, chilling gave me a funny feeling. She seemed to be okay with being by herself. I thought I could use a company like that. Back then, I assumed she was just another solitary soul, passing through, never to be seen again. I began to understand what Bob had talked about, seeing new people and all. For a second, I thought about stopping and enjoying a smoke with her. It's not like it would be cheating or anything, would it? Never mind. Before I had a chance to make up my mind, I passed her and kept up driving. I had no idea what was coming for me. It took me forever to reach my father's land. I was tired and I didn't know why. For a second, I thought about the woman from the gas station. What was her name again? Jane? Weird one, that one. Never actually met somebody who got involved in various tests and experiments for a living. The forest had always given me a sense of peace. My father had bought a large piece of land back when he was in his 20s. I wasn't sure what had been his idea for it. Since he was gone, the land belonged to me. If I had known any better, I would have started a plantation of some sort, or chopped down part of the trees and sold them to the highest bidder. But I knew that there was something else about this place and about that cabin. Couldn't put my finger on it, but I was drawn to it like a bee to a flower. 20 minutes later, I
Like a
finally reached the
moth to a
cabin.
flame.
Hidden deep in the woods, it was nearly out of reach. It was a place where I could cut off the constant noise. It was exactly what I needed. The sun was down already. I stopped in front of the door to enjoy the silence. That woman at Bob's was lucky I had spare cash on me. I think she said sounded a little crazy. It was none of my business, though. We all try to make the best of the time we're given. I couldn't help a stranger feeling that was with no coincidence showed up in Grey Ville today. Maybe she was on her way to Murphy's base for some kind of scientific test. Who knows? Bottom line is, I hadn't bought any extra liquor. It was just me and my thoughts for the next few days. I wanted to enjoy the forest tranquility, but I couldn't. Dog was barking somewhere in the distance. I thought it was just a stray mutt. After a few seconds, the barking stopped. I let out a heavy sigh and opened the door. I instantly felt the familiar smell of wooden old blankets. Somewhere else. Oh, it's the same. This is Jane.
No, this isn't.
Oh, what's she doing? Oh,
Isn't this the lady that was... Maybe
no,
that was Jane.
that was her. That was her. Just like she had like.
Did she just like cut out a tracking device out of her arm or something?
No, she like coughed it up. First thing I did was find some matches and build a fire. That's a cool animation. It was a long time since I'd stayed at the cabin. The air inside had gone stale. The furniture was covered in a thick dust. Judging by the smell, a fungus had crept in somewhere. It felt like home. I didn't have the energy to take care of it. As soon as I got inside, all my awareness caught up with me. I tossed my bag onto the bed and sat down beside it. The worn-out wood creaked under my weight. I thought I'd finally have a chance to relax. I was wrong. As soon as I sat down, my phone started to ring. The usually cheerful ringtone was now almost painful to listen to.
I remember the times when you needed to walk around the house even to get a signal. Now these bloody things can catch up with you, even in the middle of nowhere.
Dude, I know, right? I reached down for my phone and checked the screen. There was a single name on it.
Natalie.
Right, I was supposed to call her. Was it already time for an aftermatch? Can't say I was ready, but I couldn't simply ignore her either. Oh, this is a cool like setup. The way that was cool. I was not expecting like the
Split screen.
yeah. Alright, this is you.
Hello, Nat.
Hi, Jack. How was the road?
It was fine. I just got settled. Listen, about earlier.
I think all has been said, Jack.
Can you please just for a second stop pretending like you know it all?
Okay.
You're right. I'm not over what happened to us. But all I wanted was for Hope to be happy. I wanted to spend more time with her. That's why I suggested we go for a hunt together.
Did it ever cross your mind to actually ask her about what she likes?
Nat, the kid is 11. She doesn't even know what she's into. I can give her a hammer and a bag of nails, and she'll be into carpentry.
I mean, that's kind of mean, but not terribly wrong. At least depends on the kid.
Yeah. She's just a kid. It's up to us to show her the options.
I think you're underestimating her. She ain't a small kid anymore. You said it yourself.
Well, I think you're overestimating her.
Oh. Guess we're in a pickle here, aren't we? Actually, you're in a house and he's in a cabin, but...
Good old Mexican standoff. Guess we are.
I can't stay mad at you, Jack, even if you hurt me to the core.
I'll make it up to you, Nat.
It sounds like he's been saying, I'll make it up to you for like 11 years. Anyways, the hospital just called. Apparently they got some hard junkie case over there. I need to take a nighter and put Hope to sleep. Is that...
Is that, Jane?
Jane? Jinx?
Or Jill?
Jill, Jack, Jonathan? I didn't...
Is she going to be okay?
Yeah, don't worry. I asked Hal to check on her later. He said it's fine. When Hope's out, she's out for good. Speaking of the little devil, she wants to talk to you. Hold on. Solemn ... Hi, Dad!
Hi, sweetie. Mom said there was something on your mind.
Yes, I was thinking very hard about the hunting. And I came up with a great idea. Listen.
I'm all ears.
What if instead of shooting animals, we catch them? We could later bring them home and tame them in the backyard. Yeah, that'll go great for like 30 seconds. I would take good care of them and...
Hope, sweet.
Can we say it's a great idea? Please?
Oh.
I feel like that's like the nice dad thing to say.
I feel like you could like catch a squirrel and release it in your backyard without any problem.
I'm gonna say it's a great idea.
That's a great idea, Hope.
Why does he not look happy? It was an awful lie, I know, but hearing how proud she was of her idea, simply couldn't bring myself to break it to her. I don't see it as a lie, I see it as like she's a kid. And she has these big dreams.
Yeah.
And you're like
Starting a zoo in their backyard.
it's like that movie, we bought a zoo. Sadly,
Matt
I've always
Damon.
been a poor liar. You don't sound convincing, Dad. Well, you see, we can't just tame wild animals. Or wait, do you want to take this as technically him?
They're happier in the wild. That's where they belong.
Then maybe we could at least get a dog? I always wanted one. A dog can protect me and Mom if something scary happens. Okay, they need. There should be there's so much foreshadowing. Something bad is about to go down. Who's gonna die? Someone's gonna die. And he can be my best friend.
Hope, we've talked about it already. A dog is a huge responsibility. But with me and Mom working, we want to be able to take care of it properly.
So get a cat. I could take care of it myself. Maybe this way Mom could come on the trip with us. She wouldn't be so scared of the forest if there was a big dog next to her, right?
We'll talk about it when I get back.
But Dad...
Anyway, I heard you'll be staying alone tonight. No scary movies, okay?
Okay. Nothing scary, I promise. I didn't finish reading.
Princess Dragon. Aren't you a bit old for a fairy tale?
It's my favorite movie. How do you know that it's a fairy tale? If you've never even seen it.
Well, he's seen it.
What? I asked you to watch it with me once, remember?
Oh,
Oh, I keep not reading things.
I'm sorry. I've been busy, okay?
Yeah, 'cause you're always sitting in your shed with your monster car, or you're at somewhere far without me. Have fun by yourself, Dad. Who's reading?
It's a narrator, so you...
Okay. She hung up on me. That was a first. It wasn't a proper way to act for a child. Realized that I never noticed how quickly she became like her mother. She was all Natalie, alright, because she gets pissed at you for being dumb. For a moment, I just sat there, staring blankly at the screen of my phone. As soon as I had nothing to really focus on, all the thoughts I've been trying to suppress throughout the day started to come up. Thoughts about Natalie. Thoughts about Hope, too scared to tell me that she didn't want to spend time with me the way I thought she wanted. Tears in her eyes when she asked if I would rather have a son, and the discussion we had just had. I knew I would need to face these things eventually, but not at the moment. Back then, I just wanted to rest. Was that too much to ask for? With a heavy heart, I got up and started searching for my loyal companion. I found her lying in the bed waiting for me. My beloved gold and blended whiskey in a bottle. If I had known that so many thoughts would catch up with me, I would have bought an extra one when Bob had suggested so.
Oh man, he's using alcohol.
It really is. The bottle felt heavy in my hand, full of golden liquid. Oh, that could be taken a different way. I looked down on the label only to notice something unexpected.
Hey, look, old man. Isn't it your favorite brand?
These days, thoughts about my father rarely crossed my mind. So when I saw the label, I couldn't help but smile.
How many times have we drunk together? Twice? Once for my 21st birthday, and once again when I came back to take care of you. You promised to drink with me again when my first child was born. You ran out of time, old man.
Wait, why is the bottle talking?
Because he's speaking to the bottle right now.
I knew that if I took a sip, the conversation would go south. So I decided to.
Go to sleep.
We can't be chaotic.
We've already chosen the pacifist path. We can't mess it up.
Fine. I was too much excitement for one day. I didn't feel like indulging myself in a drunken trip down memory lane any longer. Besides, I was looking forward to some quiet time the next day. I put the bottle away and dozed off. Oh, we got another phone call. Hello? Pixar? Is that you? Reporting in. This is you, boss.
What's the status?
She's on the
What's
movie.
the status?
I found her tracking device. It looks like she ripped it away with her own teeth.
See? What'd I tell you?
Oh.
And then she's at the hospital getting treated by Natalie right now. I bet. I put money on that.
I think you're right. Spoken to the guy who saw her at the local gas station. Seems she got tangled up with the local authorities. Nothing I can't handle.
This better not influence your schedule.
It won't, sir.
Good. You have 24 hours to contain the situation. Keep a low profile.
Yes, sir.
The additional asset has been involved, by the way. Once the target is contained, we'll have another task for you.
Am I is Jack the additional asset?
No, it's like another assassin or something.
I guess so, yeah. That makes sense. This is cool. That night I slept like a baby. To my own surprise, I woke up fresh and energetic, which is rarely the case.
Because you didn't drink.
It didn't take me long to realize why. When I looked out the window, I noticed that the sun was already high in the sky. I must have been out for at least 10 hours, which meant I had wasted my first day. No animal I was interested would be active in the middle of the day. I opened the window to let in some fresh air. A cool breeze carried the smell of pine cones and wet moss, stirred a feeling of nostalgia. However, I couldn't dwell on it for long. I heard the barking again. The dog had to still be out there somewhere.
What's wrong with this damn mutt?
I closed the window, but it got me thinking. Why would a dog still be out there? Decided to check it out. Leaving it like this could be dangerous, especially if the dog was aggressive. Stumbling upon it during a hunt could end badly. I grabbed a pocket knife from the shelf in my bag and Natalie's sandwiches. Why is sandwiches spelled like that? The stuff I think because the game was made by a Polish developing company.
Oh.
I've seen people, like, other countries, they spell sandwiches like this. Or is that how sandwiches is spelled? Am I just bad at spelling?
Maybe. I'm
The
bad at
stuff I
spelling,
had
so
bought
don't
at
ask
the
me.
gas station was still inside. I took my rifle too. I thought I had rabies or some other disease. It would fall on me to do something about it. Armed, I left the cabin. It's pretty.
Pet dog for Hope?
Yeah, literally.
Find it out in the woods?
Yeah. Give her rabies, best day ever. God.
You don't know it's rabid.
I mean, it was inferred, and I was doing a funny. I was being funny. Laugh at me. Following the barking was difficult. I couldn't use any of my visual tracks, so I walked into the forest blindly. Whenever the dog went silent, I was left without any clues of where to go. I just waited patiently for it to start making noise again. Can't say I really minded. In the end, it was a chance to spend some time surrounded by nature. It's the reason why I'd come here in the first place. Fortunately, but oddly at the same time, it seemed the dog wasn't moving at all. Like it was sitting there, barking the whole day. Wandering through the forest took me almost 2 hours. It's been long past noon when I finally found it. Oh, hi.
Oh, it's tied to the tree.
I had expected many things, but not what I saw. Instead of a stray mutt roaming around, it was a dangerous-looking hound, tied to a tree. It was a magnificent beast, big and sturdy. I didn't know much about dogs, but even I could recognize a purebred when I saw one. Looked like he had spent at least a couple days in the forest. He was a little bit dirty, but still healthy and strong. There was a bloody wound on his neck. The collar must have cut his skin. Oh, wait, poor Doggo. He must have been left. They must have left him here to die. If I'd laid my hands on the guy who did this, even thinking about it made me furious. Someone decided to leave an animal to starve to death, like he couldn't leave it at a shelter. And why? Out of shame? Because it was a long drive? These were all trivial. Yeah, there we both were.
Hey there, buddy.
Grr.
Oh, okay. Easy now. Easy.
I tried to approach the dog, but it turned out more difficult than I had expected. I had to focus on keeping all my fingers intact. First of all, I had to free him somehow. Touching the collar was out of question. Tinkering with it at this point would cause him too much pain. Killing the rope seemed to be a better option, but I couldn't do that without getting closer to the dog. I needed to somehow gain his trust.
From the side, you don't want to approach it head on. Right? Oh, wait. Oh.
I clicked what you said. I don't want to make him feel more threatened than he already was. That's why I decided not to rush things and slowly approached him from the side. He seemed tense and alert, but didn't make any move. Can't say it was a big progress, but hey, at least there was no growling this time. Then he looked at me, baring his fangs. This wasn't the way to go after all. I had to start from the beginning.
Yeah, head on.
Real quick, funny story. Like a couple of years, or it's not really a funny story, just story time. A couple of years ago, a hummingbird got trapped in my house. And the way my house is shaped, there's like the stairs, like the one flight, and then another one, and then another one, like almost like 3/4 of a square. This hummingbird got stuck. There's like big windows on either side on every wall. This hummingbird got stuck trying to escape through the windows, so I had to like get a ladder and like Spider-Man my way up the wall a bit, with the help of the ladder, and I was carrying it and like with gloves on, and I weirdly expected it to like try to fight me, but either the bird was too tired or just knew that I meant it no harm. But I got to hold it in my hand, and then we like put it down on like our porch and put a little plate of water out, and it drank some water and then it left. Anyways, the rope tied to his neck, I could more or less predict how far the dog could reach. So I decided to approach him head on. The worst case, I would just get out of his range. Grrr. It was a poor choice. He didn't attack me, but he definitely felt threatened. He stepped back and bared his teeth, wrinkling his nose. His eyes that he didn't want to fight me, but knew that he cannot run away. If I got any closer, he would snap.
Don't look him in the eye.
No?
No, that's a sign of that's a sign of aggression in dogs. You want to avert your gaze.
Okay.
Biology.
I didn't want him to feel challenged. Oh, you're right. So I gave him this space by averting my gaze. I was a little bit worried how he'd react, so I watched him from the corner of my eye, ready to back off if needed. When it seemed the dog finally gained some confidence, he started to wag his tail timidly. Inside the fear, I caught a glimpse of curiosity. The fangs were still there, but more as a reminder rather than a weapon ready to be used. He was waiting for my next move. Finally got my chance. We were still far from friendly terms, but that was about to change. I reached for my bag and opened it slowly. The lovely smell picked the dog's attention immediately. I had something no meat eater would be able to resist, especially not one that had just spent a few days stranded in the forest. Fished into the bag and pulled out one of Natalie's sandwiches.
I'm sorry, Nat. It pains me to do it, but it's a necessary sacrifice. I know you would understand if you were here.
With a heavy heart, I grabbed one of the sandwiches Natalie made for me yesterday. It was probably not the healthiest food for an animal, but hey, he didn't care. Time for worrying about nutritional values would come later. I ripped the packaging apart and threw its contents near the dog. This appeared faster than I had thought possible. The dog must have been here for days.
Wow, you must be really hungry, huh?
Woof.
No worries, there's more of it.
I unpacked 2 more sandwiches and tossed them to the dog. With his fangs out of my way, finally had a chance to take care of the rope. It was the thick one with a polyester cover. I didn't know how much about ropes, but if I had to guess, I would say it was probably used for climbing or sailing. Somewhere where durability counts. The knot used to tie around the tree wasn't trivial either. One tugged at him to free itself and only grew tighter. At this point, there was no way to untie it. Now, with a pair of sharp teeth ready to bite my arm off, cut the rope somehow. The problem was that if I wasn't sure if I was prepared. I quickly recalled all the things I had with me. I could use pocket knife, right? That seems like the...
Yeah, why would you not use the pocket knife?
For comedy, can we use the energy bar? Looks like these energy bars look pretty good packed with fruits. You can keep it going all day long, but it's not like they could give me enough energy to tear the room. It wasn't a video game. I needed something else. Fine, we'll use the pocket knife. Well, an obvious choice. What else is a knife for?
I wonder if there was like a different path you could get if you chose like batteries or something random.
Sadly, it wasn't that easy. Oh. Roast something when taking. I needed something else. Rifle?
Oh, do you shoot it?
But it would scare the dog. It would scare the dog. It's not gonna work.
So batteries, maybe you burn through the rope? Complete the circuit somehow?
The sound of shooting would terrify the dog. Moreover, I could hurt him in the process. Flashlight. Is it you, Chief?
No. Just no, there's no way to use a flashlight to cut. Wait, I have an idea.
He's gonna burn down the forest. Flashlight itself was useless to me now, but the light bulb could be used for various things. Starting a fire was one of them. Took the flashlight apart and picked the bulb. Batteries. Didn't use the batteries in the flashlight, but so far I had neither the chance nor the need to do it.
Batteries now.
I took one out of the packaging. I had all the things I needed. Now it was time to set my plan in motion. Using the pocket knife, I broke the light bulb to expose the tungsten filament. Then I placed it under the rope and carefully touched the base of the bulb with a battery. The filament lit up immediately. The heat allowed me to melt the cover rope, which made cutting it much easier. As I was cutting the rope with my knife, I kept watching the dog. He sat there and was growling from time to time. I knew that he would attack if he sensed hesitation or fear. Dogs respond to emotions. I focused on the rope and tried not to think about him snapping on me. It took me a couple minutes, but eventually the dog was free.
Hey buddy, your prison time is over.
Woof. Oh god, I got really close to the mic.
I know, I could tell.
I saw like on OBS, I saw like the red thing. It just maxed out. Oh my god, I leaned in way too close. Sorry guys.
What do you want to do now? Not that you have much choice. Sorry, mate. But you look like a typical lapdog. Staying here is out of the question. Plus your neck looks pretty bad. Someone should take care of it. Oh wait, didn't Bob say he used to be a vet? Or he tried to become a veterinarian? Oh. Perhaps I know a guy. But I need you to come with me, back to my cabin. It's an hour's walk from here. So what do you think? Are you up for a stroll?
Rough.
We'll take that as a yes.
Probably wasn't a yes. The dog was still wearing, rather hesitant to follow me. No wonder. It was impossible to tell how long he'd been tied to that tree. Thankfully, last one of the sandwiches did the trick. It is her. What's on her face? Oh god! Oh sweet Jesus!
That's the thing, it gives her oxygen, like, in her nose.
Oh sweet, that scared me. Oh my god. I was able to leave the dog all the way back to the cabin. I pulled my phone out and called for reinforcements. Knew how to patch up small scratches, but this guy needed some more skilled than me. Phone call. Bob?
Yeah, Bob. Hi, veterinarian boy.
Hey, Jack. You remember? You must have been good with ladies.
Yeah, sure. I need your help. You know a thing or two about treating animals, right?
Yeah, a thing or two. Why? You had to change your heart about shooting animals?
Nope, I still hold my point. But I found a dog tied to a tree. Someone left it behind here to die. He's in bad shape.
Did you beat up the guy?
No, but I would have if I had the chance. Anyway, this dog needs your attention.
Wow, I mean, it's awful. Let me just grab my gear and I'll be right there.
Are you gonna leave your store unattended?
Yeah, 2 hours won't hurt me. I've earned the weekend's money already. The troops that arrived recently at Murphy's base left a lot of cash. Oh, so it's Murphy's base.
All right, thanks, man. See you soon.
Bob came earlier than I expected. My guess he had been speeding all the way. Hey, Jack, where's the patient?
Don't waste time, do you? Over there.
Took some convincing to get the dog to walk through the door, but in the end, the prospect of a warm place to rest won him over. Bob approached the animal slowly. He clicked his tongue to get the dog's attention, then he extended his hand so the dog could smell it. Unlike me, he seemed to know exactly what to do. Bob reached down to remove the collar. I wondered if he'd be able to keep his hands intact. Fortunately, he was. Not only that, he also managed to clean the wound, even though the dog clearly wasn't happy about it. The animal began growling and leaning away. The fearless man grabbed him firmly. The dog calmed down. Although I wouldn't openly admit it, I was impressed. I would have never guessed that a simple guy from a small gas station knew so much about holding animals. To be honest, I used to look down on him. I don't know why exactly he'd abandoned his studies. He seemed amazingly skilled. I doubt it was because of his poor marks. Alright, I did as much as I could. The wound isn't that bad. His neck is swollen and there was some bleeding, but the cut wasn't deep, and he's a tough little fellow. But remember, in the end, I'm not a specialist. You should take him to a professional.
Yeah, I know. It's just that there's no vet around here. And driving this fellow back home with that wound would have been pretty hard on him. That's why I called you.
Yeah. He doesn't seem to be open to trips with the strangers yet. I also bought you some dog food. Don't give him too much at once. If he didn't eat for a few days, he might not digest properly. Anyways, what will you do with him?
Keep him. Keep him. I don't know yet. When I found him, I just had to help him. I didn't have much time to think about what I was going to do with him later. I don't feel like giving him away to a shelter. Maybe you could take him. He seems to trust you.
I would love to have a dog, but you know fully well that I can't, Jack. Don't tempt me.
Why not? You seem to be doing pretty well these days, eh?
No. Just no. You don't know how serious my debts are. I won't take responsibility for a living creature when I can't predict if I'll be able to pay my own bills next month.
How a young guy like you got into such debt?
Bob is now seeming sus. Well, long story short, back when I was still studying, me and my brother took over our father's company. It was in pretty bad shape. We were sure we could restore it and start making money again. I even dropped out of college to have enough time to make it work. Didn't work out. The amount of work overwhelmed both of us, but we didn't want to give up. We were stubborn people, me and my brother. Eventually we went to the bank for a loan. That's how we ended up in debt. At one point my brother decided that it was all my fault, that I hadn't done enough, that I was slacking. He accused me of all his bad decisions. I snapped and I've left. I'd taken his gun with me. A few months later I ended up here.
Sounds tough.
Yeah, I doubt there's anything worse than losing your close one's support. Sometimes better to leave than to manage with a tough person. But hey, it's all water under the bridge. Unless my brother comes after me to collect his gun. Okay.
I didn't know you owned a gun.
Well, I need to look after my business. You never know. So what do you intend to do with the dog?
Actually, I was talking with Hope about adopting a dog yesterday, right before we started arguing.
You seem to argue with your family a lot recently. I can sense your anger, Jack. Use your anger.
Give in to the hatred. Oh, really? What is it? Does my aura give it away?
Do it. See? Comes out again. Doesn't matter if you believe me or not. Angry ...
Anyway, Hope you accuse me of not spending enough. Hope accused me of spending not enough time with her. So I was thinking maybe getting a dog would be a good way of reconnecting with her.
Sounds like what she needs is your love, not a pet. Dog was just her way of drawing your attention.
I know. But it seems like a good start, right?
Sure, any reason to spend more time with your kid is good. You should give the dog a name. Would have taken weeks for decided to go with Odin, the Norse god of war, victory, and hunting. Strong name.
I'll name him Odin.
It fits them well. By the way, Jack, there's one more thing I need to tell you.
Don't tell me you and Nat have an affair. I would shoot you right here.
God. Please don't. I still got my debts to pay off. I mean, you wouldn't have your debts anymore.
What is it then?
There was this chick at the station asking for help. She said she knew you.
Oh yeah. No, I mean, she's just a chick I met and wanted some help. Seemed out of place.
At first I thought she was some kind of junkie. She gave me this really weird feeling. She was shivering too. Anyway, Hal took her to the station, so she's not my problem anymore. But that's not all. Another woman arrived last evening, asking after that chick. There was something about her I couldn't put my finger on. And boy was she a stunner. You should have seen her. She was lean like a doe. Confused ... What was I saying? The other woman is the one that's on the phone.
The other woman.
Yeah.
That was standing by her car.
Yeah, I think so. Oh yeah, she asked about the military base. I thought she might be a spook or something.
A spook? You've been watching too many action flicks, Chief.
I'm telling you, man, something's going down. So many new soldiers arrived yesterday. Now this woman. There was also a guy with a briefcase this morning, and he...
Hold up, Bob. You're getting carried away. It's just another weekend in town. Only with some outsiders traveling through.
Yeah, you're probably right. I better head back. Got a business to run.
See you later, Chief.
When Bob left, I approached Odin. I decided to try Bob's trick to see if I can get a similar result. Clicked my tongue and extended my hand. At first, the dog just sniffed my palm. Wasn't doing anything more, but after a brief hesitation, he licked my fingers. I took it as a good sign. It was a start.
Does that mean we're friends now?
Woof. I scratched his back, causing a lot of tail wagging. It was just as I had a thought. He was a lapdog. Or was it just as I had thought? His previous aggression must have been caused by a mix of fear and pain. As I patted him on his head, it was nothing more but a giant pet. A pet with a jaw full of fangs and enough biting force to take your hand off. Still a pet. Hope would love him for sure. Funny that. I came here to escape all my tension from Natalie. But thanks to a new friend, I wanted to go back. I wanted to see the surprise on their faces. I wanted to see how happy Hope would be and how unsure at first would change her mind as soon as she saw them playing together. Another story time. Earlier today, my dad was playing with my uncle's dog, and we were all inside, inside wooden. We had masks on and everything, yada yada yada. We were inside for a second, and we'd look and see my dad out in the backyard playing with the dog. And we were about to walk outside too, and we were just alright, everybody stay here. This is not gonna happen. Because my dad doesn't like dogs. But it was the most unlikely friendship you'd ever see. So we're getting there. We're gonna get a dog. I'm feeling it. I knew it wouldn't resolve all our issues, that I would still need to face my shortcomings. The dog gave me a starting point. I knew what to do, and I had the confidence to do it. It didn't take Odin long to start frolicking around. I wasn't against slow wrestle playing, but knowing that the Who's neck was still pretty fresh, I tried to be as careful as possible. Yet when nearly 30 kilos of deadly fluffiness jumped me, I got overturned in a moment. I was too afraid to grab the dog by the skin. Soon I regretted I hadn't done it, as our little play caused additional costs. I heard a loud crack near my right pocket. Oh.
Okay, buddy, stop. That's enough.
Grr.
No, Odin, enough. Sit.
I finally managed to get from under the dog. I reached in my pocket, only found out my phone took the whole enterprise pretty badly. The screen was covered in cracks. The battery went loose and the frame above the speaker was smashed. For a second, I thought it was done for. Fortunately, as soon as I put the battery back in, the phone came back to life. The Case was cracked, but it was still usable. In the end, I decided to call it a night. It had been a long day. I planned on going for a hunt in the morning, so hitting the bed early was crucial. Well, here we go. Reporting in. This is not a scheduled... Oh, wait, this is you.
This is not a scheduled call, Agent.
The woman got away. No one told me when... No one told me what to expect of her. She attacked several people at the hospital. I saw her.
Calm down, Agent.
This wasn't in the briefing. The girl basically bit her way out of the hospital and jumped off a third-story window. Wait, is she a zombie? She was like mad. I've never seen anything like that. And others, the locals are shocked. Sheriffs want to organize a manhunt. Already seen soldiers from the military's base moving around the town.
The town will undergo a quarantine in a matter of 2 hours.
This should make your...
This shouldn't make your second task easier. It should make your second task easier. Your briefing.
Listen to me. If what she is carrying is infectious, your quarantine won't be able to contain it. People will die. I need to find her.
Calm down, Agent. Focus on your second target, and let us do our part.
What about my extraction?
You'll figure something out. Your task is to secure the scientist and get him out alive.
And the second asset?
He's none of your concern. Find the scientist, get him out alive, bring him to us. Do not fail this time. We would be very sorry to see you go.
I like the way you said that. It was pretty ominous. It was still dark outside when I woke up. Odin was sleeping on the carpet near the fireplace. I rubbed my ears and reached down for the phone to check the time.
Weird.
Of course.
Seems like the battery's dead.
Of course it's dead. I was pretty sure it was around 40% the evening before. It seemed impossible to discharge overnight. I must have forgotten to turn it off or something. There's nothing I could do about it now. I plugged the charger in and went to wake up my new friend.
Hey, buddy. Are you in for a hunt?
Shaggy?
Come on, you'll like it. I could use some help. Think you're up for it?
Woof.
That's more like it.
To be honest, I had no idea if taking Odin was a good idea. There was a pretty big chance he would scare all the other animals away. People often hunted with their hounds, but you needed to know how to train your dog for it. Worst case scenario, we'd just have a nice stroll around the forest. Took my pocket knife, my rifle, and a piece of bandage with me. I wanted to be better prepared than the day before. I knew the area surrounding the cabin pretty well. I had a general idea where deers tended to roam. Even if I wouldn't shoot it, it was always great to spot one. That's what I tried to communicate to Bob. It's not about the shot. It's about the hunt. We were walking quietly for half an hour. I was thinking about the guy who had left Odin. I had no respect for such a person. I remembered the rope. It must have belonged to a climber or somebody working with boats. Banana. You like my substitution? Should we just say banana there?
Bananas.
We'll just substitute it with bananas. Suddenly Odin stopped and started sniffing around. I knew he must have caught a trace. I had a feeling he was a real predator after all. I decided to trust his instincts. A dog's sense of smell could guide you to places you would otherwise miss. He stood still for a minute, focused on one direction. He began to growl, but I couldn't see anything. The dog began to run. I struggled to keep up with him. I was trying to guess what we were both up against. A bear, or a deer, or something else. However, what I saw was a person. A young man in a blue sports jacket and a baseball hat. Silver carabiners at his belt.
Oh.
Rattled as he walked.
Okay.
Compared to me, he made a hell of a lot of noise. I'd never seen him before. What I did recognize was the place that we were in. The same place where I'd left Odin the day before. Before I had a chance to connect the dots, all hell broke loose. Two of us weren't the only people around. There was someone else. Someone I didn't expect to see again. It was that woman from the gas station. Oh God, Jane. Okay, she moved extremely fast. She ran up to the unsuspecting guy and jumped right on top of him, knocking him down Ran towards his arm, and oh god, is it gonna show us? I
Did
don't
she
like
eat
blood.
him?
Did she eat him? Oh god, I don't like blood. That's when the screaming started. At first, I couldn't really comprehend what was going on in my mind. I had to come up with a kind of explanation. Maybe they were just fooling around. Maybe it was some stupid charade. Maybe I was daydreaming. It took some time before the reality of what was happening hit me fully. I would never forget that sight. Oh dear god. Can you read it?
Jane bit a part of the guy's arm out and swallowed it. I saw her face. She was covered in blood. When she bent down again to sink her teeth into the guy's throat, it was no longer a human face. She was devouring a living person. Can you imagine it? The guy was screaming in pain. He was trying to push her off, but didn't have enough strength. When she reached for the neck, it was already too late for him.
Oh, the sound effects.
Soon, the screaming was replaced by gnawing and gargling.
Oh, Jesus.
I couldn't move. I was paralyzed with fear. Odin reacted first. He lunged at Jane.
Did she kill the dog?
I don't know where her strength came from,
No.
but she tore the dog's jaws open and threw him away as if he were a paper doll.
No.
That's when she noticed me. Even though there were more than 20 meters between us, I could see her eyes. They weren't human anymore. She wasn't human. She was something else. There was nothing in her face besides a primal rage. It was an ancient fury of a wild beast in its most basic form. She lunged right at me. Her moves were quick and determined. She caught up with me before I had time to think. Moments like this, you act on your instincts.
I'm shooting her.
Shoot her.
I'm shooting her. I'm shooting her.
I never gave it a conscious thought. I raised my rifle. My body acted on its own, recognizing the familiar motion. I aimed and took one shot. For a split second in my mind became crystal clear. I wasn't sure if it would make any difference. I breathed out and awaited the sentence. Bada bing, bada boom.
Oh, okay. I'm back. You can keep reading if you want, but I'm.
Nah, you can take back over.
It was enough. I shot her right in the chest and through the lungs. She was screaming on the grass, whimpering. Grew desperate and moved slowly. She started crying. When I shot animals, I always made sure they didn't suffer. Shot missed my mark. I shot again, but this was different. Stood above a young woman crying from pain. A woman had tried to eat a man alive a few seconds ago. 2 days earlier. What was I supposed to do? She's in pain.
You gotta put her out.
She's in pain. I couldn't stand the sight anymore. I reached for my rifle and took aim. As I looked through the gun sight, her eyes met again. This time something was different. She was calm. Looked as her eyes begged me to end the pain. As with beast anymore, it was her. I couldn't bring myself to speak her name. The shot broke the dead silence of the forest. Sure how long I was still staring at her empty eyes. They were mesmerized. Oh, when it came to me, it was the first time I'd ever shot another human. I was a murderer. I killed a person. It didn't matter why. In the life of somebody who had a family, who had friends and dreams, I took it all away. I threw up. I didn't get a grip on myself. I remember that Odin was still out there. I had to find him. First thought that came to my cell phone.
I need to get back to the cabin.
As I decided to head back to the cabin, I heard a quiet whine. I looked around frantically, searching for Odin. He was nearby, whimpering softly and licking the face of a now dead man.
I bet that was his former owner because he had carabiners, and carabiners are for rock climbers.
Yeah.
And he said he was tied up with rock climbing rope.
He come to end his unfinished business, too afraid that someone would find out, or maybe he had a change of heart. Came back to get his dog back. Guess we'll never know. What's going on and why that woman attacked? The only thing I knew for certain was I needed to call Natalie. I had to make sure she was safe. There was no time to waste. I picked up my pace. The sight of the massacre was still fresh in my head. With all my might, I tried to think about something else, but the memory of the blood and the torn-out fragments... I don't like saying it. It's like a horror movie.
It was like a horror movie.
Over and over,
Over and over, right in front of my eyes.
Here, you take over. You take over.
My stomach turned upside down whenever I thought about what happened. I could picture Jane's eyes staring back at me. When I had taken the shot, I knew it was the right thing to do. It had to be. I had shot at a young woman point blank in the head. She was a zombie too, but there was nothing I could have done. For at that point, she was dangerous. I saw what she had done to the other guy. She came after me like an animal. It was either me or her, and I was the one with the rifle. Deep in my mind, I thanked God. I was grateful that she wasn't as young as she wanted to appear. I wouldn't bring myself to shoot a child. I couldn't stop my hands from shaking. I clenched my teeth and tried to focus. I thought about having myself some whiskey, but I wasn't sure if it would make any difference.
I feel like it's gonna end on a cliffhanger soon here. I needed to talk with someone. Or do you want to go?
I think the gore is over. I think you can take it back.
Yeah. I needed to talk with Natalie. God, I missed her. My hands shook when I reached for my phone. I unplugged it from the charger and pushed the power button. I wanted to make the call immediately, but as soon as the phone came back to life, I got flooded with missed call, voice missed call. Released a dozen of unread messages. This you?
They were all from yesterday. They're all from yesterday.
For me to miss so many calls. When I looked back at my phone, I realized how. Back when I was playing with Odin, the screen wasn't the only thing that got smashed. It must have somehow damaged the speaker. The phone must have been constantly ringing. I just didn't hear it. I'd also explain it was discharged in the morning. Who was calling me so many times and why? I needed to hear the voicemail, but the speaker wasn't working. I did the silliest thing that came to mind. I punched the goddamn thing. You know what? It worked. Seriously? I quickly connected with my voicemail. You have 4 new messages. First new message. Message recorded on Saturday, 11:48 p.m. Jack, please pick up the phone. This junkie they brought in yesterday, she snapped. I'm God. She attacked some of the staff. There were only 3 of us. Another nurse and doctor got bitten and scratched. I've never seen anything like it. I'm okay, but she jumped out the window and vanished. I'm worried about Hope. I'll be heading back. Call me back soon. I need you so much. Please let me know that you're all right. Second new message. Message recorded on Sunday, 00:15 a.m. Jack, pick up the phone. Why don't you call me back? You need to get back here, Jack. The people I told you about are getting worse. Some of them got a terrible fever. One got really aggressive and we needed to sedate him. Something's not right. Please call me back as soon as you get this. I'm scared. Third new message. Message recorded on Sunday, 1:32 a.m. Jack, I can hear gunshots here in the hospital. I need you to get back right now. I'm so scared, Jack. Oh, she's dead. Fourth new message. Message recorded on Sunday, 4:56 a.m. I'm coming for you, Jack. I've left Hopewood. Stay where you are. The signal. Message ended abruptly. Then it hit me. Sunday, 4:56 was 3. All of this had already happened. Natalie. Uh-oh. Something's gonna happen to Natalie, and then it's gonna end on a cliffhanger, isn't it? It's gonna end on a cliffhanger, isn't it? Did Natalie get bit? Or she just hurt from the crash?
Wait, wasn't the beginning scene a bloody hand on a phone? Could have been from the car accident. Right?
Oh, yeah.
After the voicemail stopped playing, I just stood there, staring at the screen. I guess I needed a moment to process what had happened. As soon as I snapped out of my stupor, I knew that I had to find Nat. Nat, what?
My first instinct was to call her, but my phone had had enough. The goddamn machine broke completely. The screen went black and wouldn't respond to me pressing the keys. Odin seemed to sense my distress. He came closer, woofing. Woof.
You want to help me, buddy?
I had little choice. I took Odin and went off. I knew that Natalie had been coming for me. I knew the route she must have taken. It was a long road, but I know the means of finding her. With a dog at my side, I clung to what little hope I had left. I scarcely remember getting into the car and setting off. Sweat trickled down my back the entire way. I wasn't speeding only because I was worried I might miss her. So I found our roadster crashed beside the road. I parked there and went out. Natalie was nowhere to be seen. My heart skipped a beat as I scanned the surroundings and my thoughts scrambled. I couldn't bear the thoughts of the last memory Natalie would have had of me. It would be an absent jerk. That our argument would be the last time we saw each other. I had to find her. I had to find her and make things right. For all my determination and effort, Odin was the one who found her. He darted off the road and into the forest. I followed. I didn't think much. It was an instinct. I guess I trusted him. It didn't take long. We didn't even move far away from the car before I saw her stumbling through the trees. She didn't seem to Oh no. Oh no. Her eyes were dazed, her skin dead pale. I didn't know what to do. She was wounded. I could see a piece of her shirt wrapped around her arm. I left her again. I wasn't there when she needed me most. What was I to tell her? Calmer. We're calmer.
Yeah, you don't... Snapping at her would do nothing. Just do it. Nat!
Jack, where are you, Jack?
Nat, I'm right. Natalie, I'm right here. It's going to be alright. I'm here. I cradled her. She shook in my arms, but calmed down a little.
Jack, is that you?
Yes, it's me, sweetie.
She's talking like Jane did.
Is she, like, losing her vision, or is she, like, losing her memories, or what?
I'm so sorry I broke the car.
Forget about the car, silly. Everything will be fine.
I could see her shiver. First I thought it was because of the car crash or her wound, then realization hit me. Also, this recording went a lot longer than I expected. I looked it up and they were
read the dialogue.
Okay, sorry. We were in the middle of the forest, the place that Natalie truly feared, yet she still came here for me, after all I'd said and done. She was an angel of courage.
What happened?
In the hospital, you wouldn't believe me.
Try me.
They brought in a young woman with strange symptoms, weak yet explosive. She had a bite mark on her forearm. We thought she might have auto-destructive impulses. She said she was hungry, but she wouldn't touch any food. We put her on a drip. We didn't know how else to help her. One day later, Dr. Jacobs came to check up, and she snapped. She scratched and bit him, and then him and the nurse who tried to restrain her. She dashed out of her room and attacked several patients. The security guard tried to shoot her. She jumped out of a window from the third story. Then she fled. I have no idea what happened to her. We took care of Dr. Jacobs and the patients, but things got weird. I felt queasy. I didn't like where it was going. Still, I had to ask.
Weird how?
They got terrible fever. We couldn't bring it down, and the sheriff declared a manhunt. He mobilized officers. I think the military got involved too. They set up checkpoints. For some reason, it's like they're trying to keep people in. There was that woman. It's hard to say who she was. I swear to God. I was sure she was my coworker, but it turned out she wasn't. I don't know who she was. What about you? Are you hurt?
I'm fine.
I was worried about you. Why didn't you call me back? My throat clenched when I thought about what happened in the morning. And Natalie's patient ended up. I shouldn't lie to Nat. There was already too much bad blood between. She deserved my honesty. Then again, after all she went through, wouldn't it be even more cool to tell her what happened? Swallowed and decided to. I'm gonna tell her because I feel like any reasonable person in that scenario would be like.
Tell her everything.
Would be like, yep, that makes sense. More difficult. I told Nat what became of her patient. I found her. Trying to save her, then I had to shoot her in self-defense. If Natalie had been pale before now, and now she was sickly. I don't know if it was because of what Jane had turned her into, or because of what I had done. It wasn't the worst of it. Natalie interrupted me only once. Dot, how could that happen?
I have no idea. It was as if she turned into an animal.
She was human, Jack. Only just hours ago. I know, Nat, but listen.
I know, Nat, but listen.
Sorry.
I didn't have a choice. I had to defend myself.
I didn't mean to do that. I understand.
She attacked me, Nat. Not the other way around. Remember that. The worst part was what happened later. I had to confess to killing that woman. As if she was a morbid animal. I didn't try and sugarcoat it. Yes, I had thought that it was mercy, but it was still a kill. I would never forget the look in Natalie's eyes. It haunts me to this day, the disbelief, the pain, still. Nat was a strong woman. She hid her emotions quickly. We both had more important things to do than dwelling on the past. What happened with Hope? Is she still at home?
God, no, I wouldn't leave her alone. Took her with me, but she was scared, and I thought, I don't know what happened to you. I was worried what we might find. So I dropped her at Bob's. He promised to take care of her, and I trust him. We're supposed to meet outside the town. Well, shoot me. For the moment back then, I felt relief. I thought that regardless of what happened to me and Nat, at least our daughter was safe. I didn't know anything. Oh.
What the?
What the hell happened here? Wait, that's the end?
Oh. That's the end?
There's a part 2. There's a part 2, and it's coming out like this year. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Look at those awesome names. Oh my god. Okay. So I was asked to give like a review of the game a little bit at the end. So I'm gonna let you go first. What did you
How are they gonna leave it on a cliffhanger? Just when stuff was getting crazy.
I think okay, I'm gonna start with positive things. I really like the art style, and I was into it really quickly. Like, they gave us enough to keep me interested and want to keep playing it. But I feel like they could have spent less time on the characters talking to each other about things that weren't really that important. A little bit.
Yeah, I think there was a little
There's
extra dialogue that was needed.
I want more of the questions, the choices that you can make. I want more of those.
Yeah.
Because that gets me more invested, because I'm picking what's going on. But that was cool. I've played like indie games before, but I haven't played is this technically called a visual novel? It was cool. I could see it being like a podcast, like where people are like reading off the lines and there's still the sound effects.
I thought the second half was much better than the first.
Yeah, once we got into the second half of the game, it picked up like crazy. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Thank you, Titanite Games. I'm definitely mispronouncing that, but thank you for sending me this game. I mean, besides the gory part, but that's just because I don't like blood. I'm just not good with blood. But that's a different story. This was cool. All right. Yeah. If somebody has still watched the video to now, because I know my audience retention isn't good enough for that, but alrighty. Bye guys.
See you.